Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Third Coast Reptile right here on YouTube. Today is a success story, guys. I'm going to give you an update on our redfoot tortoise, but also we have a new face here at Third Coast Reptile, and we're going to show you guys that as well. Don't forget, we're also going to be doing an Under the Shell segment where I answer one of your questions right here on Third Coast Reptile. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, my name is John. I do educational videos about tortoises and other animals in the reptile kingdom, and I also go to zoos and other nature centers. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That helps you guys get to see the videos as soon as I post them. Alright guys, let's get started with today's video. Alright guys, we are in the redfoot room. I'm with my redfoot tortoise that has recently gone under the weather. It's been a little sick. So I did a YouTube short recently about his recent illness, his respiratory infection that he has succumbed to. However, today is a victory. I'm going to show you guys what he looks like now and how healthy he is in comparison to what he was. However, first, I want to take a moment. I've been doing daily blogs to show his progress and how we got to today's success story. And I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, I'm documenting his progress. This is essentially day 2. He's getting warm soaks here. You can see the level right at the bottom of his shell. Unfortunately, he's still dealing with his issues. You can see he turns around here. He's got a little bit of labored breathing. Trying to help this guy out. So he's going to get these soaks twice a day. I read online about Vicks Vapor Rub to put it in the enclosure. So he's got some Vicks Vapor Rub on the walls to kind of help break up that mucus inside his lungs. Kind of documenting this, so this is day 1. Alright, we are on day 3 here, and you can hear he's still battling his infection, but he's getting mucus out slowly, and that's good. He's still eating. Unfortunately, this may take a long time for him to get better. If he does, he may not make it, and really hoping for him. You know, with tortoises, they don't have diaphragms, but the differences are with humans. When we get a cold, we have the ability to get the phlegm out of our lungs, whereas with tortoises, they don't have that ability. They don't have that option. They can't sneeze, they can't cough, they can't expel that phlegm out of their lungs, and that causes their respiratory issues to occur. Now again, this is a husbandry issue that I caused because he found a way to get cold and damp, which is what causes him to get a cold/respiratory infection in the first place. So it is my fault. I'm really sorry about this with this guy, but these things do happen in the reptile world. It is just part of being diligent in what you're doing to make sure that they're okay. But it is what it is. This is day 3 update here. I'm doing a daily blog on him to make sure we keep track of his progress, good, bad, and otherwise. So this may not have a happy ending, but as of right now, he's eating, he's soaking well, he's doing bowel movements, and I'm keeping him as happy as he can be here. The humidifier is running really well. We got the good basking ball up here. And this is his little quarantine area. Clearly not big enough for him if it was his permanent home. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on the next video. Alright, so a little unorthodox tricks that I had to use to get here, but nevertheless, we are here. He is happy and healthy. I'm going to keep him in this incubator for another day or so just to keep an eye on him before I reintroduce him back in with the other redfoots. But let's take him out. I could show you how well he's doing. Get him into focus here. There he is. Okay, and here he is, guys. He's doing so much better. He's breathing well. He's not clicking. He doesn't have that bubbly stuff out of his nose. He's eating well. And he's doing tremendously better than I thought, honestly, guys. But nevertheless, he's right here. He's doing so good. Look at this guy. Look at him. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to put him back in the in his nursery here, his hospital room, just for a little while longer until I'm certain that he is not going to have any future issues before bringing him back into population. Again, with all the medication stuff that I had to try through those blogs, we've come up successful this time, but that may not be the case every time. So I'm making sure that the redfoot area where they're at is well taken care of and proper precautions are being taken to prevent this from happening in the future. Alright guys, now that you've seen the progress we made with our redfoot tortoise, I'm going to show you a new face we have here at Third Coast Reptile. But first, it's time to do the Under the Shell segment where I answer one of your questions right here on the channel. Got questions? Then get your answer right here on Under the Shell. Alright guys, today's question comes from CTR_1602, and he asks, how do you know if your substrate has mold? I can't differentiate the smell between mold and a humid substrate. Love your tortoise star video, by the way. Well, thank you. So when it comes to mold in your enclosures, or really any wood surface, the difference is visibility. Mold is a culture that grows on top of these surfaces, and you're going to see these fuzzy patches. You're going to see some sort of discoloration in the wood that would indicate that there's mold there, as opposed to just humidity rather than smell. Now, in a preventative mindset, if your animal requires a lot of humidity and you're worried about mold, make sure you have good ventilation. Have an opportunity for that humidity to escape the enclosure while you're introducing new humidity into the enclosure. Good airflow helps, making sure that it has a chance to dry out between soaks, if that's the case. Really good question, by the way, and if you guys want your question answered, you can do so in one of three ways. Number one, you can get your answer right here in the comment section of the video. Number two, you can go to the Third Coast Reptile community chat on YouTube and ask your question there, or simply go to the Third Coast Reptile Facebook page and ask your question there. Alright guys, let's get back to it. The gargoyle gecko is finally here. I'm really excited about this guy showing up here. I actually purchased this guy back in December, but because of the weather, because of the overnight temperatures, it just wasn't safe to have this guy shipped to my house overnight. Now, due to the weather now, it's a little bit more ideal, and we had a window of opportunity and we jumped on it. I'm going to show you what I can because he's really small. This is a gigantic enclosure for him. He's definitely going to grow into it. And I'm also going to do a care video for this guy. They're kind of like crested geckos, right? They're very similar in their diet. They're very similar in their humidity requirements, but there are some little differences, and we'll go over that in detail in that video. But for today's video, just showing you guys what's going on here and what I have here for him, let's go ahead and get that started today. It's a little hard to see him, but he is... I'm going to zoom in and see if you guys can see him as well. Right up there in the back. There he is. And again, this is a pretty big enclosure for him, but from what I was told, he's going to get quite a bit bigger to fill out this enclosure, and then his colors are going to get really bright and they're going to change as well. So I'm really excited to see that transition process. He's beautiful as it is. I'm saying he, I really don't know, male or female, but We'll definitely check that out here. Again, I'm going to do a full video here just on this guy alone and kind of give you guys a care guide for his requirements, but I'm really excited to have him here, and he is just hanging out here getting acclimated to his new environment. Alright guys, that's a wrap for today's video. I just want to get you guys introduced to the new gargoyle gecko and give you a really good update here on positive news with that redfoot tortoise. So thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, bye now.